Hi there. Today we're going to go on a really exciting adventure in music, and we're going to learn how to write our notes on the staff. So as you can see behind me, I have my staff board, and writing notes on the staff begins with the most basic note, and that's the whole note. It's just the note head. So we're going to start out by drawing a few whole notes. If you draw a note on a space, then it's going to be in the space. There's no lines that cross it. And if you draw a note on a line, then the line goes directly through the middle of that. And you can draw the notes anywhere on the staff. You can draw notes below the staff. You can draw notes above the staff. If you go beyond the staff, you have to draw a ledger line. Check it out. I've got my ledger line there. It's just an extension of the staff. So it's not too close and it's not too far away. It's just an extra line. And then you can draw your note right on the line, or you can draw it below the ledger line. But you don't want notes just kind of hanging out in space. Otherwise, we have no idea what you mean. So when you draw your ledger line, don't draw it close like that. Let me find an eraser. That's not cool. And you also don't want it way down here, because I feel like something's missing. Boom. You can have an extra ledger line. You can have multiple ledger lines. So that's how you draw your whole notes. Everything else extends from the whole note. If you want to turn these into half notes, you have to add a stem. And the stem is the length of a bar line. Well, check this out. If I draw a line here, that's a bar line. So we want to make our stems that same length. So if I start here on this first space, I'm going to add my stem. It's going to be on the right-hand side going up. If I go on the third line or higher on the staff, our stem has to go on the left side and go down. So if it's third line or lower, add your stem directly to the note on the right side going up and make it straight. This one on the right side going up. I need to make that a little bit longer, don't I? All right, so notice how all of the stems are the length of a bar line. Attach the stem directly to the note on the right going up if the note is below the third line. When it's above the third line, reverse it. You're going to flip it around. So the stem is going to go on the left side, down. If I draw my note here, it's going to be like that. All right, this note way up here, left side going down. These are half notes. Now, if I want to turn these into quarter notes, what do I have to do? I have to color them in. You change one thing every time you change the type of note. So half notes into quarters, you color in the note heads. All of a sudden, I have all of these quarter notes. All right, voila, quarter notes. It's an amazing thing. So you don't have to change anything else. You don't have to do anything funky to the stem. You just color in the note heads. Well, what if I want to make eighth notes? Then I can add flags. I can make an individual eighth note by adding a flag like that. The flag's always going to fly to the right, no matter what. So you can do singles like that. If the eighth note is on a note with the stem going down, flag still flies to the right. If the stem goes down, you attach the flag at the bottom. If the stem goes up, attach the flag to the top. If you have a pair of eighth notes, that's really easy. You're just going to take the stems and beam them together. And that's usually easier to look at than singles. So you can beam them together going up like that, or when the stems are going down. And all of these are eighth notes. We could go on and continue to make 16th notes and 32nd notes and 64th notes, but that's a little ridiculous. But the way to do that is to add more flags. All right? So you add the flags. You can either add a second flag here. Now it's a 16th. You can add your second flag there. For the singles going down, add your second flag like that. If you've got a pair and you want to make them into 16ths, just add an extra beam. Now these are 16th notes. You do the same here. So just double beam, that's 16ths. For every time you take it to the next level, you're just going to add another flag or another beam. But we're going to stop here at the 16ths. So we started out with our whole note, added a stem for the half note, colored in the note head for the quarter notes, added a flag or a beam for eighth notes, and added a second flag or beam for 16th notes. And no matter how many beats those notes get, they always have those names. So that's how you write or draw your notes on the staff. Have fun writing your music.